Mr. Speaker, H.R. 4359 is a common-sense solution to address the misuse of administrative leave for misconduct or performance issues. Unfortunately, it has become commonplace for the Oversight and Government Reform Committee to hear stories of federal employees who remain on administrative leave for months or years at a time. And let me be clear, Mr. Speaker, the overwhelming majority of people who work for the federal government are good, honest, decent, patriotic people who care. They work hard, they're trying to serve their country, and they put in an honest day's work. But we do have some bad apples, and every once in a while they show up and they start working for the federal government. And they create problems, they create mayhem, and unfortunately we have to tighten the rules surrounding their situation. Because we've had a number of federal employees who remain on administrative leave, sometimes not just for days, sometimes not just for weeks. Sometimes this drags on for months and for years to be on administrative leave. And while on administrative leave, these employees receive full pay and benefit despite the fact that they're not working. There are going to be extraordinary circumstances, but this is happening far too often. It is particularly difficult to understand how the IRS could, for example, justify allowing Lois Lerner to sit on administrative leave for 4 months before her retirement. She was an individual who abused her power as a federal employee by engaging in the political targeting of American citizens, but she is not alone. This is certainly not a bill just about her situation. Every year, hundreds, if not thousands, of federal employees are under investigation for significant misconduct and remain on administrative leave for far longer than is necessary to complete an investigation. One reason administrative leave has become such a significant problem is because agencies simply find it easier to keep an employee on administrative leave. It is the path of least resistance. This means that some individuals face little to no penalty for significant misconduct and are all too often permitted to remain on administrative leave until they're able to retire. Mr. Speaker, abuse of administrative leave is a real problem, and H.R. 4359 will protect American taxpayer dollars from being further wasted. Consider one example highlighted by the Inspector General for the Environmental Protection Agency, who found an employee earning $120,000 a year annually while watching pornography on the job. This employee was placed on administrative leave for a year. And I believe in this particular case, this person actually admitted to doing it. It wasn't just a casual oops. This person was watching for literally hours upon hours each day and admitted it. So they pushed him on administrative leave, and this went on for a year. Why should the American taxpayers have to pay for that? It's a clear waste of our dollars, and the American people deserve better, and so do the employees who work around this person. According to the Government Accountability Office report, the GAO, which reviewed the use of administrative leave between the years 2011 and 2013, 263 federal employees were on administrative leave for more than a year at the 24 agencies reviewed. GAO found that those individuals on administrative leave cost the people, the American taxpayers, more than $31 million. Why should we have to pay for that? It's an astonishing amount of money to pay for federal employees, and they're doing absolutely nothing. They can essentially go wherever they want to go. It's essentially a paid vacation. It also sends the wrong message to the hardworking Americans from whom we levy taxes. We cannot use tax dollars to pay misbehaving or poor-performing federal employees. Now, there are often situations that come up, and the employees, they need a fair chance to defend themselves. But again, under this bill, it gives them plenty of time to do that. And if there needs to be an extension, there can be an extension. But if there's not timely disciplinary action, if any disciplinary action at all for the performance issues, the American taxpayers are left holding the bag and the expense. Mr. Speaker, agencies are abusing the system of administrative leave and failing to explain why. In a report conducted by Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa, agencies were found to be opaque about why they were using administrative leave or completely non-responsive. When Senator Grassley inquired about 58 employees at the Department of Defense that they had on administrative leave for more than a year. Think about that. At the DoD, the Department of Defense, they had 58 employees who'd been on administrative leave for more than a year. And the Department of Defense just decided not to respond. Just literally did not respond. Mr. Speaker, I understand the need and utility of administrative leave. When used properly, administrative leave provides agencies with the flexibility needed to better manage human resources and to get to the bottom of certain situations. but has become a tool that agencies hide behind with far too little oversight and accountability. The shortcomings of the current system need to end, and this bill that I'm the chief sponsor of will curb these abuses. Specifically, this legislation will limit the use of administrative leave for misconduct or performance issues to 14 days per year in order to push agencies to complete their investigations quickly or to find acceptable alternative work for the individual to perform during such an investigation. This is fair to the employee, as well as the management, as well as American taxpayers. Rather than allow indefinite leave, agencies will have to take disciplinary action against bad actors, which will serve to bring greater accountability to the federal government. The bill is also critical to protecting whistleblowers. The Office of Special Counsel, or the OSC, has a responsibility in the federal government to investigate potential reprisal and petition the Merit Systems Protection Board to stop retaliatory personnel actions. However, being put on administrative leave does not constitute a personnel action that is reviewable by the OSC. Thus, as long as a whistleblower is placed on administrative leave, he or she is left in limbo at the discretion of the agency with no right to appeal their status. And because of this, I believe that the bill before us, H.R. 4359, will go a long way to help reducing retaliation and protect whistleblowers by barring agencies from leaving employees on indefinite administrative leave. Mr. Speaker, in getting this legislation to the floor today, I'm proud to say we've been able to work collaboratively in a bipartisan way. I particularly want to thank Mr. Lynch of Massachusetts for his passion on this issue and working with us. We incorporated some of those suggestions into the bill today. We've altered the bill to give the agencies the option to extend the use of administrative leave beyond 14 days in discrete 30-day periods. Under these provisions, the agencies will be required to report to Congress after the use of the first 30-day extension, detailing why the extension is necessary, the stage of any investigation against the employee, the reason the employee cannot return to the workplace, as well as other pertinent information. Again, I want to thank Mr. Lynch for his work on this legislation, and I do believe that is a better, stronger bill, more fair to the employees, and I think it was an important step forward. I thank Mr. Cummings and the committee as a whole and the many members that were involved in getting the bill to this point today. So with that, I would still urge passage, but I'll reserve the balance.